Great. Now, what is it that makes good salespeople better than all the others? What is it that makes good salespeople better than all the others? Or rather, what is it that will make a salesperson better than the others? Now, there is what we call in self-management the winning edge theory. And the winning edge is very simple and straightforward. As a matter of fact, we could say that it is common sense. Because the winning edge just says the difference between the best and the worst performers is a very thin margin. And this margin comes about because the top performers always do certain things a little bit better every day. In other words, for you to stay on top, for you to get to the top, it means you have to look for those things that matter, what we can call the key activities that generate results, and keep yourself improving on them every day. So identify one or two things that generate very good results and keep doing them and keep improving every other day. That's one of the easiest ways to get yourself to the top. Now, as we look for ways to get better, I would like to ask, what is it that we need to look at, or what is it that keeps us moving as good salespeople? As you know, we have already said the top 20 rule is going to help us focus on the most productive clients as we take care of the rest. And we have also realized for us to get to the top of the team, we need to identify those key strategies that we need to improve on every day. Now, I want to make something very, very normal, or let me call it a statement that I believe everybody knows about. And this is to say that selling actually starts from the inside. It doesn't depend on customers, neither does it depend on the sales managers. Successful selling starts from right inside the individual. Because when you look at it, if we were to define sales, if we were to define selling in a very simple language, I would say it is the transfer of enthusiasm about the product or service into the hearts of the buyers. Now, the reason why I'm saying into the hearts of the buyers, I know many of you are doing very well in sales and you have sold to a lot of people, but have you ever stopped to ask yourself the reason why customers keep on buying from you? What is the reason why customers buy from you? Can I request that for like 10 seconds, we go to the chat box and we write one reason why you feel clients buy from you. Just one reason why clients buy from you. Just go to the chat function and write for me one reason why you feel clients buy from you. Why do clients buy from you? Some are saying they trust the brand. Anyone else? They believe I must say I'm bold. I'm amazed by what someone has just said. They believe me and they believe in me. Fantastic. What a statement. They trust me and the brand. Fantastic. Why do clients buy from you? Because they trust your words, they trust you, and they trust the brand. Fantastic. Fantastic. One of the things that I can see in all of these answers is an aspect of trust. And I'm also seeing people saying clients have confidence. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying clients like the product. How come none of you is saying clients buy because the price is low? Have you ever thought about that? They'll buy more from you either because they trust you. They buy more from you either because they trust the brand. And I want to tell you for free, the reason why clients keep on buying from you is exactly what you have put in. And the reason why they trust the brand is because the brand has been able to communicate to them in a way that gets to their hearts. That way they are able to trust you. The reason why they have confidence in you is because you are able to handle them in a way that got you into their heart, and that's why they liked you, and now they have confidence in you. So we can confidently say, actually buying is not necessarily irrational. It is not necessarily a reason. Many times, buying is an emotional decision. So much such that research has proven time and time again that actually the psychology behind customers buying is such that if the customer likes you, or if the customer likes your brand, or if they like your product, it is because there's something that connected with their heart. And then after you have connected with their heart, they'll look for all these other reasons as to why they need to justify the feeling that they have. That means it all starts from the kind of connection you are going to have with the customer, whether you've been able to connect with them straight from their heart. Now, when you look at it, as we are saying, selling starts from the inside. You must have seen from the previous slide, there are two fears that we normally deal with in sales. One of them is the fear the customers have that they might be making a mistake by buying. That is, if they don't have too much confidence in the person selling or the brand. Or the other fear, which is something that almost everyone who has been in sales has ever had to deal with, is the fear of rejection. Almost every salesperson has had an opportunity to deal with this fear once in a while. And I would say the fear of rejection is responsible for more lost sales than even the fear that customers have that they'll make a mistake. Because if the salesperson fears the customer will reject them, chances are that they will not call as many customers as they need to. And even if they call them, you can be sure when they are communicating to them, they will not be as enthusiastic, they will not be as confident as they ought to. So the fear of rejection is really costing us much more sales than any other factor when it comes to the selling process. And how shall we overcome the fear of rejection for those who are having that kind of problem? And for those of you who overcame this fear, how did you do it? One of the easiest ways is to look at yourself and determine that you are going to overcome the fear of rejection. And you can do this very easily by developing self-confidence. And when you develop self-confidence, you automatically develop a high self-esteem. And when you develop a high self-esteem, you'll be able to bounce back from every rejection from whatever quarter. And when you are able to bounce back from rejection, it means you are able to stay permanently enthusiastic, and you'll be able to cheer not just your clients when you meet them, but you're also going to be cheerful with everyone that's going to be around you. And we can say you are going to be a huge source of warmth in the team. As a matter of fact, those people who have succeeded in sales are those that have reached a level where they no longer fear rejection. As a matter of fact, I hear some people saying, whenever they get a customer who says no, actually they do a small celebration. You know the reason why would somebody do a celebration? Because a customer said no. And when I asked in one of the training sessions why somebody said they normally celebrate when a customer said no, can you imagine what they told me? This lady looked at me and she told me, when a customer tells me no, I thank them and I tell them I'm happy they have given me an answer, and I set up an appointment to see them another time. And after that, when I get to the parking, I do a small little dance before I open the door to my car. And then I asked her, why would you do a dance when somebody has told you no? And she told me, you know what? Every time a customer tells me no, I convince myself that that was the last no I was going to receive that day. And then I told her, okay, and then if that is the last no you are going to receive for the day, can you imagine what's going to happen with the next client that you're going to visit? And I told her, I don't know. She told me, obviously, if you have just had your last no, it means the next one is a yes. And I thought that was a very creative way to manage customers who are saying no. I don't know what your experience has been with managing customers who have said no, but really what happens to you after the customer says no, and what happens to your selling career when a customer says no is entirely dependent on what you do after you are through with that client, because there's always very many more clients waiting for you to visit them. And self-esteem is something that is really very important in sales, because we normally say, as a man thinks, so is he. If you think you are successful, you will see yourself as being successful. And if you are seeing yourself as a success, it follows without too much guesswork, that if you feel you're successful and you see yourself as a success, you'll be acting like a successful person. And if you act like a successful person, it follows. The rest of us and the rest of the world will always see you as someone who is successful. And it is very amazing, because someone actually made a statement and said, you cannot earn more than what you feel you are worth. So if you want to earn $1 million, you got to see yourself looking like $1 million, talking like someone who handles millions of dollars, and you got to look the part. That is very, very important, because remember, every client you go to speak to, even before they can listen to what you have to say, first of all, they see you walking in through the door. They see how you walk into their office. They see how you sit when they offer you the seat. And obviously, they watch you as you talk. So how you see yourself is really very, very critical. And I would say, if there was anyone in the room who ever wanted to earn more money, the starting point is to see yourself rising so high such that in everything that you do, you will be a reflection of who you are. And we are saying your level of self-esteem, how you see yourself, actually determines the way you do what you do in life. It determines how you do most of the things that you do. It determines how you interact with people. It determines how many people you contact. It determines the caliber of the people you interact with. It also determines the caliber of clients that you go to. If you have high self-esteem, I have no doubt that you'll be looking for what we can call the high-value clients. You'll be in a hurry to capture the high-value accounts. But if your self-esteem is low, even speaking to low-value accounts is going to be a problem. So if we are going to succeed in sales, the very first thing is to work on our own self-esteem. And the way to do this is to feel good about yourself. You got to like yourself. You got to determine that you deserve more in life in the days to come than you have gotten so far. And you got to attach what I can call an incredible value on yourself, because you are quite valuable. Research has proven that you always sell in line or in sync with your self-esteem. As you know, there are people who are scared of even picking the phone to call clients. And even for those who manage to call clients, and I have handled quite a number of cases like this, there are people who are very scared of asking a client for the business. And then you wonder, if you are scared of asking the client for the business, what was the point of going to engage the client in the first place? And this is why I believe we are all engaged in self-development, and we are trying to improve our skills every day, because the more you become more skills, you are going to be feeling more competent. And when you feel more competent, that will raise your self-esteem. And when your self-esteem rises, you are definitely going to be much, much, much more successful. Great. Allow me to ask at this point, when you look at the issue of self-esteem, where else do you see your self-esteem coming into play in addition to your sales job? Look at yourself, look at your life, look at your surroundings, look at your company, look at your family, look at your friends. Can you see self-esteem coming into play? Are you satisfied with how you feel about yourself within the company? Are you satisfied with how you see yourself amongst your teammates? Are you happy about how you see yourself when you're amongst your friends and family? If you've realized there's any issue that you need to handle with respect to self-esteem, that's something you need to work on with a bit of urgency, because it really affects